Hey everyone, I'm here in Mumbai in the month of July, which means it is raining, it's pouring heavily outside. The weather was so awesome, and that's why I decided to make some really fun idioms for you. These are called idioms with the word rain. Now, let me tell you that just because it's an idiom with rain, it does not mean that you have to use this idiom only when it's the monsoons or only when it's raining. These are idioms which are used in general cases for every kind of use, but they only have the word rain in them. So, what are they and how can you use them? Let's have a look. The first one is to rain check. Okay, what does this expression really mean? Sometimes you get an invitation, right? We get an invitation, let's say, to go to a party or to go for a reception, but we don't accept it. In other words, we decline the invitation, right? That's when you can say something like, do you mind if I take a rain check for the dinner? I have to work late tonight. Okay, so there is a way to politely decline or to not accept an invitation, right? That's when you can say, hey, I need to just rain check on this dinner. I have something very important to do. Okay, that's rain check. Of course, there are other ways to also use an expression with or an idiom with rain, which is to rain on someone's parade. Okay, a parade is, an indication of something really good. A parade is like a celebration, right? So, what happens if it rains on someone's parade? The celebration goes down. The celebration just gets disrupted, right? So, when you rain on someone's celebration or on their parade, what are you doing? You are spoiling or ruining their plans, correct? So, how do you use this expression? How do you use this idiom? You can say, it's your colleague's promotion. Don't rain on his parade with your comments, right? Like sometimes someone's having a great time and you're not very happy for them maybe. What do? You might pass some nasty comments. We all do that sometimes. But you mustn't do that because you are raining on their parade. They're having a good time. Don't rain on someone's parade. Okay, there are some people who like to use this expression. It's raining men. Okay, now we all know what men are, but when do we use this expression? It's a very fun way of saying that there are many attractive men around. Okay, so if you're on the dating scene and you want to really talk about men, this is what you can say. So, for example, I could say, when it's raining men in the city, how can you be single? Which means it's a very fun way of saying that you need to go out and date some people. Yeah, it's raining men. Okay, we're going to look at another expression and a very interesting one, which is to be rained in. Now, before giving you the meaning, let me ask you, if it's raining really heavily, then tell me, can you go out of your house? Well, for me, I live in Mumbai and it's really difficult for me to step out of the house during the rains because we have weather warnings and it's not safe to go outside, right? So what happens when the weather is bad, especially when it's raining? You have to stay in. You can't leave your house. So the meaning is to be forced to stay indoors. Okay, this is to stay indoors due to weather conditions, right? Like I told you, sometimes the weather could be bad, so you are rained in. So I could say it was a bright sunny day and now, well, unfortunately, we are rained in for the evening. So imagine I woke up in the morning, it was a great day, but then in the evening, it was raining so heavily, so we had to be rained in, okay? So that's being rained in. Sometimes certain things rain down on people, okay? So rain is an indication that something is pouring. A lot of something is pouring down. So what exactly is pouring down? Let's have a look. When something is getting rained down on, it basically means that someone is criticizing or praising someone continually. So, on the one hand, you could have too much of criticism, a downpour of criticism, or you could have a downpour of praise. It could be both ways, okay? So, I can say something like, my boss rains down on me with his nasty remarks, no matter what the sales figures looks like. So I get a downpour of criticism from my boss, even though I am doing a good job at work. He wants me to do better and better and better. And because of that, he continually rains down on me with his nasty remarks. But like I said, you can also use it to talk about a lot of praise. So I can say something like, my boss rains down on me with praise when I achieve my targets. Okay, so it can be used in both ways. Now, there is another way to use it, which is right as rain. Okay, when do we use this? The word right means correct. So when I'm correct, or when I think something is really accurate or to the point, I will use this idiom. How do I use it? I can say, well, he was right as rain about how their relationship would end. You know, some people are very accurate in making judgments, in making predictions. That's when you can say, hey, you were right as rain. You were right as rain about this entire thing. But I have another one for you. We're not yet done, which is save for a rainy day. Okay, now again, over here, rainy refers to a time of emergency, right? Because rainy seasons are not always smooth. They refer to bad weather. And in our life, we all have a bad phase, a state of emergency. But you have to save. What do you save? Well, you use it to save money for an emergency. Especially, it's called a contingency fund. An emergency fund is a fund or money that you set apart or set away when you want to use it for an emergency. So I can say something like, considering the recent pandemic, I need to save some money mostly for a rainy day, right? Because when there was a pandemic, guess what? People lost their jobs. People had a very bad turnover in their business. But as long as they've saved for the rainy day, which is the pandemic, the emergency, they were good. But if they haven't saved for a rainy day, well, you know what's happened to them. So you must always save for a rainy day. Okay? Well, there's another one for you which says, when it rains, it pours. Well, this seems kind of obvious, right? When it rains, it's going to pour. But what does it really mean as far as an idiom is concerned? It means that you are trying to say that when one consequence happens, if something good happens, the resulting consequence will also be good. So it's kind of like a domino effect. One good follows the other good, which follows another good. Similarly, if one thing is going bad, there's another bad phase, and it keeps going like that. So it basically is a way of saying that there are always consequences, and a good follows another good, or a bad follows another bad. So I can say something like, I not only got a promotion, but I also got a huge bonus. Well, like they say, when it rains, it pours, which means I got a good thing, which was the promotion, but then another good thing happened, which was a bonus. And maybe then another good thing could have happened, like I went somewhere nice, some good place on vacation. So when it rains, it pours. It can be used in both ways. Good following the good, or the bad following the bad. Okay, these are some expressions that you must use, but I'll encourage you to use an extra one, which is rain or shine. Now, shine refers to the good days. Rain refers to the not so good days because, like I said, the weather is not the best. What does this expression really mean? It means that you are going to do something whether the weather is raining or whether the weather is shining. So you will do something no matter or whatever the weather may be. Okay, don't wait for the right weather. Go ahead and do it irrespective. So you can say, we are meeting to discuss this project on site. Come rain or shine. So whatever the weather, we are determined to discuss this. So we are going to meet and discuss it. Come rain or shine, whatever the weather may be. Now, I have a very interesting idiom, and this is something I think you must use. Some people have to come in out of the rain, right? What does that mean when you are coming in out of the rain? It basically means that you are waking up to reality. Now, over here, rain refers to a very foggy state of mind. Okay, but when you are coming in out of the rain, you are coming out of that foggy state of mind and you are waking up to reality. You are looking at things for what they really are. Okay, you're coming to your senses, so to speak. So, how do you use this in a sentence? You can say, I hope Ryan comes in out of the rain and realizes that Ria doesn't love him. Okay, now some people, when they are in a relationship, well, they are so much in love that they can't see reality. They can't see that their partners don't really love them anymore. They need to come in out of the rain. They need to wake up to reality. So Ryan apparently, he needs to come in out of the rain and realize that Ria does not love him as much. So these are some really interesting rain idioms that you must use. Like I said, it doesn't have to be raining, it doesn't have to be the monsoons to use it. But as you can see, these examples I've given you talk about different phases of your life, different things that happen in your life. So anybody can use it no matter what it is. Okay, no matter what the situation is. So go ahead, use these expressions and maybe put your comments in below and tell me how you can use either of these expressions. I'll be back with some more lessons. Until then, this is me saying you must keep practicing come rain or shine. I'll see you soon.